Hey guys, it is Sophie the Diabetic Vlogger, and today I'm going to be talking about another Iron Maiden song. This is one of my favorite. It's one of the second to last songs off of Iron Maiden's album Brave New World, and that's called The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And I think that's a very genius title because there's always a thin line between good and bad and love and hate, and that's really what the song is talking about. If you guys have not heard the song, I encourage you guys to go check it out and come back and leave your comments down below so you hear the lyrics for it. This is The Thin Line Between Love and Hate by Iron Maiden. When a person turns to wrong, is it a want to belong? Part of things at any cost. At what price a life is lost? At what point do we begin? Fighter spirit, a will to win. But what makes a man decide? Take the wrong or righteous road. There's a thin line between love and hate. Wider divide than you can see between good and bad. There's a gray place between black and white, but everyone does have the right to choose the path that he takes. We will all like to put the blame on society these days, but what kind of good or bad a new generation brings? Sometimes takes just more than that to survive. Be good at heart. There's evil in some of us. No matter what will never change. I will hope my soul will fly, so I will live forever. Heart will die, my soul will fly, and I will live forever. Just a few small tears between someone happy and one sad. There's a thin line between being a genius or insane. At what age begin to learn of which way we will turn? There's a long and winding road, and the trail is there to burn. There's a thin line between love and hate. Wider divide than you can see between good and bad. There's a gray place between black and white, but everyone does have the right to choose the path that he takes. I will hope my soul will fly, so I will live forever. Heart will die, my soul will fly, and I will live forever. I will hope my soul will fly, so I will live forever. Heart will die, my soul will fly, and I will live forever. The thin line between love and hate. The thin line between love and hate. So I'd love to know your comments and thoughts on the song down below. I love the line. There's a thin line between love and hate, wider divide than you can see between good and bad. There's a gray place between black and white, but everyone does have a right to choose the path that he takes. And it's talking about hoping that his soul flies so that he will live forever. And it's talking about being a great place between black and white. So many people live and act like, they exactly know what is right and what is wrong. And sometimes people don't know. And so there's a great place between good and bad and love and hate. And it's hard to decide what is right and what is wrong. And so I think the song is talking about that so many people live like there is black and white, there's good and bad. And there is good and bad. And there is things that are obviously black and other things that are right in terms of being right and wrong. But so many times people act like that they know better than people, they're better because they choose the better path, and we're all just trying to figure out what we think is right or wrong to us and according to the laws that we think that we need to follow, and what we think is right and what we think is wrong. And some people live like there's no rules or laws that need to be applied or to be stuck to or to listen to. And so for those people, there is no black and white. They just do whatever comes to them. But for those people who do have, a, what you want to call like a moral compass or a sense of right and wrong, we all do this to ourselves. We say what we think is okay for us to do and what we think other people to do. And if people are different, then we want to judge them, say that it's right or wrong. But there's a lot of things, small and big things. There is so much, it's so mixed colors, mixed feelings of what is right and what is wrong. I think the song does a beautiful way of showing it. I love the lyrics to it, and the music is beautiful. So I'm going to read some more lyrics. We're going to reread some lyrics for you guys. Here it is. When a person turns to wrong, is it a want to belong? So saying, is it a want to think to belong? And lots of people do feel that way. Part of things at any cost, at what price a life is lost. And it's saying that what people will do to belong and want to belong, they will do things, like get into gangs, join cults, or, you know, get involved in bad things and criminal activities so they can feel like they're a part of a family and of a group? At what point do we begin a fighter spirit, a will to win, saying when are we going to fight, you know, for what is good and for what is right? But what makes a man decide to take the wrong or righteous road? And sometimes it's not clear why people choose to do things, and other times it is. There's a thin line between love and hate, while the divide which you can see between good and bad. So it's saying there is a divide between the good and bad, and sometimes you can see it, and sometimes it's harder to see because it's mixed. There's a thin line between love and hate, while the divide that you can see between good and bad. There's a gray place between black and white, but everyone does have the right to choose a path that he takes. And that is such a true statement, and I loved whoever wrote that line. That's a very smart and amazing, true line. It's true, we all have choices to make, and we all make them, and it's our lives to make them. And sometimes people act like they have the right to control us or tell us what to do, but in the end it's our decision about how we live our lives, and people need to, you know, lovingly and kindly, if we're going in the wrong direction, they need to help guide us back, but they don't need to be, you know, so forceful about it unless it's necessary. We will all like to put the blame on society these days, but what kind of good or bad a new generation brings? So it's talking about how people just want to blame the society these days for how things happen, but what kind of good or bad new generation brings. It's talking about good and bad new generations and new things bring to life and to society. Sometimes it takes just more than that to survive, to be good at heart. There's evil in some of us, no matter what, we'll never change. That is true, because we are all sinners, and we all desire things that we want that we shouldn't, and sometimes we'll go to any lengths to get those things, and there is all a little bit of evil in all of us, and by the grace of God we don't always act on it, but when we do, and so we have to be careful and be gracious with people. I will hope, my soul will fly, so I will live forever. Heart will die, my soul will fly, and I will live forever. Just a few more tears between happy and one sad, just a thin line drawn between being a genius or insane. At what age begin to learn of which way out we turn? There's a long and winding road, and the trail is there to burn. There's a thin line between love and hate, while the divide that you can see between good and bad. There's a gray place between black and white, but everyone does have the right to choose the path that he takes. I will hope, my soul will fly, so I will live forever. Heart will die, my soul will fly, and I will live forever. I will hope, my soul will fly, so I will live forever. Heart will die, my soul will fly, so I will live forever. The thin line between love and hate, thin line between love and hate. So this song is so true. There's a thin line between love and hate, and between good and bad, and it's a beautiful, great song. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Goodbye.